What's going on, guys? We are back at it with episode 2 of Solo Leveling. We start off in the Cardanon Temple with a giant statue that thinks that it's a Homelander. Episode 1 was evil, leaving off on that cliffhanger. If you thought episode 1 was brutal, oh my god, we are just getting started. People are gonna be losing their minds over this one. This episode features one of the creepiest frames I've ever seen in a manga, and I know everyone is gonna make that into their reaction thumbnails. Before we get into it, I was talking to my friend who also read the manga, and we thought that even though the manga has 2 seasons, they could potentially make the anime into 3 seasons, which would be awesome. But if they make it into 2 seasons, I feel like they would leave out a lot of exposition, but that would be perfect because then I could fill you in on what you missed out. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. I got up early for this. Let's get into episode 2 of Solo Leveling if I had one more chance. If you haven't seen my reaction to episode 1, you should go back and check that out before this one. I'll leave the link in description. What is that thing? That thing is death. Oh my god, it lasered from the wall into the floor. Poor thing. So traumatized she can't even move. I get it. It's a very scary situation. But if all you do in that scary situation is crawl up into a ball whimpering, you are going to be useless and pretty much just cementing the fact that you are just fucked. He lost his arm. This guy's a badass. Doesn't even freaking flinch. He's like, yep, my arm's gone. We're good. Let's keep going. See, that's how you respond to the traumatic situation. An S rank foe in a D rank dungeon? Dude, that is just cheating. Revere God, praise God, prove your faith to God. Okay, they figured it out a lot faster in this. It took him a second to figure out that's what it was going with. Also, Mr. Song didn't figure that out, our MC did, but that's okay. We can give it to him. He's awesome. That's another thing too. It's been 10 years since these gates have appeared. Are they gonna do this rundown at the beginning of every episode? That picture right there reminds me of when All Might was fighting All For One, and he was trying to, they were talking about him trying to rekindle the flames of a power that's burnt out. That's what that picture reminds me of. And now we get into the intro. Oh, it's in English. That's interesting if that's the scene that I think it is, because that's not how he fights it. It's so hard not to comment on every single frame that shows something in the future. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to do a better job than him. He's really weak. Oh, good fucking luck with that. Yep. Dude, I love that they kept that, just the ankles. It's just the ankles remain. Yeah, that was so fast you didn't even see the laser, just like a... Yeah, he says, that's not the look of someone who wants to die. Stage 1 complete. That smiling face is what everyone's gonna want to put for their thumbnails. Dude, that guy's got some fucking balls. That'd be the first to stand up. Dude, something that big would just knock you on your ass every time it takes a step. Dude, all the way to the end, he was committed. I kind of like the phrasing that they use in the manga. He just says, you're praising the wrong god. And this is what collapsing in the situation gets you. Fucking squished. Oh, it's so creepy whenever it's animated. Also, that guy's been dropping red flags since the beginning, man. Oh, it shows it's... Dude, he's got a pointy ass chin. I just noticed that. He could just go up and just stab someone with it. Praise the Lord with music. This is the man who just refuses to die. Oh, the music is... Oh, adding in the instruments one by one, it's so good. So a few things from the manga that they changed up a little bit here is he ran to the one with the shield on purpose, not realizing that it was a shield. He thought it was something else. So he didn't dodge roll into it on accident, and it resulted in the same event. It's slamming the shield down and him having to crawl over to the singing statue. And then also the big one just went and sat back on his throne, which he didn't do that in the manga either. He did something else. So we'll see how they get the next thing coming up. Doesn't even realize that he lost his leg. Dude, oh my god, so many fucking body parts just strewn about everywhere. Okay, so he just raises it out of the ground. Okay, in the manga, he goes and like picks up these tablets and just drops them in the middle, and then just stands there, waits. Yeah, but that man was a walking, talking death flag. Come on. Yeah, it's a fucking vote. It's cowardly to then blame it all on him. It was a vote. And this right here is the sole purpose of hunters. For those of you that are new to the genre and you're wondering, why did these people keep risking their lives in these dungeons all the time? Dungeon breaks is why. Because somebody has to do it, because if they don't, those same monsters that you're having trouble with as a hunter in the dungeons will start flooding into the real world with all the normal people and just ruthlessly slaughter everybody. Why do we need a close-up of that statue's crotch? Yep, they're like weeping angels. It's a very real question, because he is just making a guess. Everybody feels that exact same way, man. But you can't really blame him. Yeah, it's the fact that you can't be 100% certain, man. Because it is true. Maybe when they run out of time, it just shuts. We never know. Sad thing is, that probably can't even afford dinner. You could have caught her after you karate chopped the back of her neck. I like that guy a lot, actually. Gonna take one of them down with that sword? Good fucking luck. Damn. It missed. So did that. It's like, bro, you can't make this shit quick? There you go, hammer guy. I want the hammer guy. Oh my god. On one hand, they made it less brutal, but on the other hand, now they're making it more. Dude, how are you even alive with that much blood loss so far? God damn, so much fucking blood. Oh, that scene right there. Holy shit. I hope if I ever die one day to non-natural causes, it'd be quick. That's the ending, of course. Yeah, okay, so we did get through the temple. Awesome. This is the randomest fucking outro I've like ever seen. Okay, that's the end of episode 2. There were a few things that they changed, like right there at the end. On one hand, they made it seemed less brutal because that stab to the like shoulder was just straight up right through his freaking chest and then threw his ass on the altar. But it was a lot quicker than that because that was like all the statues were beating the shit out of him with all their different weapons. Immensely bloodier than in the manga, which is actually really cool. This shit got brutal real quick. With that ending screen where it's like, it kind of went through it really fast. It said like, congratulations, you've completed the secret quest, Courage of the Weak. And then it said, you have the right to become a player, and if you refuse, your heart will stop in 0.02 seconds. That almost seemed automated in this, where it kind of just went through it itself. Because like he didn't say anything, it didn't show any of his reactions. It just showed it go through it quickly and then just click yes kind of thing. In the manga, it went through his thought process and his decision to click yes. Like, hey, yo, if this saves my life, then of course I'm going to say yes. But in the manga, it almost seemed automated. Like it just went through the system and just hit yes for him. So that's kind of weird that it makes it almost seem like it's not his choice. One thing I thought the anime did really well is having all the body parts kind of thrown all over the place to make it appear even more brutal. One thing that was really annoying in the manga, and they did it in the anime too, obviously, because it's a very big plot point, is they all start blaming Mr. Song for his decision to go in there. But it's like he left it up to a vote. All of you voted for it. The majority voted for going into it. If you're going to blame anyone, you blame our MC, because he was the deciding vote. But even then, it's like, he could have voted yes, and you could have voted no, so it was definitely not one person's fault that this happened. But you gotta admire our MC. That is a man who uses to die. This is a man with willpower. And we are ending it with him missing an arm, a leg, and a lot of his blood. One of the lines that they changed between manga and anime that I thought was even better in the manga was in the anime, they say, when the guy was praying to the statue, he says, those words don't apply to this god, which is pretty much what he says in the manga. But the way he says in the manga is you're praising the wrong god. I didn't even consider that with the anime, but when they all went to different statues to praise the god and they all started adding different instruments, seeing or hearing the instruments one by one getting added and then the voice at the end creates just this most glorious sound where you're like, yeah, that does sound like you are praising something. That sounds fucking awesome. You know you're in a fucked up situation when one guy can lose an arm and another guy can lose a leg and both of them didn't even feel it. If I was making Solo Leveling into a movie that included all of the stuff from the manga, right here is where I would put the title card, Solo Leveling. Right after this temple, because this temple is truly the intro, and then we get into the rest of the anime, which next episode, I guarantee you, is not going to be nearly as insane as this one, but that's fine. We got to get into it, get into that system window that we saw that said something about becoming a player, so that's how we're going to be moving into episode 3. I hope you guys enjoy my reaction to episode 2 of Solo Leveling. Next week, we got episode 3. I'm ready for it. How about you? I'll catch you guys next time. You guys are beasts.